We're going to listen to MSNBC as to how they're talking to their people. Ladies and gentlemen, this November election, it's not an election, okay? This is literally an anti-communist purge. This is a military operation. It's an anti-communist purge operation. There is no electing a communist. No such thing, all right? I'm literally going through the FEC website for people here in Ohio that are giving money to Che Guevara, all right? And Mao Zedong. I'm going to come up with a comprehensive strategy for bullhorning the crap out of these people. I'm going to show up at their house, okay? I'm going to go to their house and say, you frickin' communist enabler. I'm going to get in their faces. We need to get in these communist faces. And you know what? America these days is full of a bunch of American men who are pussies. They are. They don't stand up for their Christianity. They don't stand up for their country. I'm going to, okay? If I have to do it by myself, okay? You guys are afraid, okay? Bunch of American pussies, okay? You let them do. I'll tell you what, if they did that Last Supper thing, if they think they're going to come to our Olympics and do some crazy hanging your ball sack out at the Last Supper, whatever it is that they did, the tranny thing, and mock our religion, I will be burning tires at the local embassy, okay? I will. We're not going to let them do that. We're gonna rise up. I need Christian men especially to rise up. We need to protest this crap vigorously. You know, Lebanese men, you raise the price of bread by a nickel, they take to the streets and shut the whole place down. They take to the streets. These are men. These are testosterone-filled men, the patriarchs of their families that'll rise up. You mock their religion, their God, and you mock their and destroy their country with communism. They will rise up. All right, now let's go listen to MSNBC. Let's see, what do we have? The 38-minute mark. We're going to get to it. Listen to what these communists are saying to their fellow communists. Kamala Harris is a communist. She will not be taking office the day after Election Day. She won't. There will literally be just death and destruction and riots and all kinds of stuff. People are pissed off. We're not going to become a communist country. Okay, let's do it.
Being able to say, with Biden dropping out, that they're creating a generational contrast with Trump. They've been handed the luxury of making this election about the future, even though they are the incumbent party. And I think what they want to do here is they want to supplement the ticket with someone who can help them make that contrast. All those people can to a degree, but a young governor probably does the best. I'll just leave it at that.
Coming up, our next guest says he is choosing country over party. We'll talk with John Giles, the Republican mayor of Mesa, Arizona, who just endorsed Democrat Vice President Kamala Harris for president.
All right, we're going to pop over. Let's go see what CNN is saying.
Wouldn't invest.
Everything that I just mentioned is not going to
Mr.
come
CIA
up
button.
unless the Trump campaign brings it up. It's on them to make sure every American, before early voting starts in 46 days in Pennsylvania, is aware of her radical record. If they do that, forget about all the criticisms of J.D. Vance and all the distractions and Republicans are racist, sexist, and homophobic, xenophobic, whatever. America won't vote for her. That's my position.
Sean, it's not just the media. It's big tech, too. Here we go again. After the assassination attempt on President Trump, Facebook censored the iconic photo of Trump getting up with the blood on his face and the fist in the air. They omitted that, and they said it was a mistake. Then Google, if you type in the phrase, the assassination attempt of, there are no results for Trump. They said on Google, we're rolling out improvements. This is what Kirk Knudsen, the cyber guy, said about it. Listen.
Think you're dialing on to Facebook, Google, any social media company, any big tech company and getting the truth, you got another thing coming. It is being shaped and censored.
These
in the
are
direction
communists,
they want to provide
okay?
to you. They'll say in hindsight when they're called out on it, oh, we did that for national security. Oh, or that was an accident. We don't know how that happened. And our algorithm's such a secret sauce, we can't even tell you how it happened. That's all bull. The fact is they're operating the way they want to operate. And whether they're censoring or not, the sad part is you and I don't know about it until today we're sitting here and calling it out.
Sean, what's your response to that? If they censor any of the search results, you were right. The media doesn't talk about her record and how radicalized and how progressive she is.
The media. They are the media, you
can't
freaking
underestimate
bobblehead.
The importance of your question.
She is the media.
I'm really serious. You know, Jim Jordan of the House Judiciary Committee was on my show.
Why do they keep saying that?
Said, we found evidence.
Why do they keep doing that? The media. She's making millions of dollars sitting on a platform that rigged the 2020 election. Okay? The media, and she's such a whore. She won't freaking leave there because she's got millions, you know? She's got new lips, fake boobs, millions of dollars pumping in there. All she has to do is keep her mouth shut about election fraud.
The authenticity of Hunter Biden's laptop. They knew it was true. Now, why in the months before the 2020 election was the FBI meeting on a weekly basis with big tech companies, warning big tech that they may be victims of a misinformation, disinformation campaign regarding either Joe and or Hunter Biden? And then when the laptop story, the very true laptop story, was broken by the New York Post, companies like, at the time, Twitter and Facebook, they went to the FBI. The FBI had already verified the authenticity of the laptop. Then they asked, well, is this what you were warning us about, or is this story true? The FBI knew it was true. They didn't answer the question that it was true, and they did it as an in-kind campaign donation, just like they used Hillary Clinton's dirty Russian disinformation dossier in 2016 as a means of getting not one but 4 FISA warrants. Just like 51 former intel agents, they were organized by Wink and Tony Blinken. They knew nothing about Hunter's laptop, and they lied to the American people. We have a deep state in this country that, frankly, is
that you're a part of.
Their entire organization's weight on the scales of an election.
How about rewriting headlines?
Hey, Sean Hannity, and who's that other freaking bootlicker? What's his name? Brian, freaking bootlicker. That say Paul Ryan is a homo. Say it right now. Come on.
Brian, Ainsley, and everybody watching, I am going to do the job, along with many of us here on Fox.
No, you're not.
I will vet Kamala Harris so that every American knows just how radical.
No, he's not. He's going to declare her to be president on election night. We already know how that goes. And ladies and gentlemen, how much you want to bet? Let's take some bets right now. Let's do a drinking game. How much you want to bet when they cut to a commercial, it's going to be freaking Cialis, if your election lasts more than 4 hours, how much you want to bet the next commercial is going to be Big Pharma? How much? How much?
You know, if you were cash back and you could earn on everything with just one card, Chase Freedom Unlimited.
Oh, yeah, credit card for black people. Yeah, that's one level. One level almost worse than Big Pharma.
Nah, I'm working on my six-pack.
They want to get.
Silent retreat.
Let me tell you. Put me back on the screen here, okay? Let me tell you what happens, ladies and gentlemen, with credit cards for black people, the black Americans, right? This is the truth. You can show them. If a black American gets on, yeah, man, I got my new Chase card. Yeah. You're going to go buy, let's say, they got now 85-inch, big screen LCDs. They're going to pay $1,200 for it, okay, because they put it on their credit card. They're going to pay $1,200. They pay $1,200. Black Americans, they must have more money. I don't know. I'm going to pay $1,000 with cash. True story. True story. Jenny Craig. is the next commercial. So I lost the bet. This is the first time I've ever watched Fox News where they didn't cut to a big pharma commercial. Let's go check out. Here we go. Here's the story right now. Go to that.
His final opinion, unlike the political branches and the public at large, we cannot afford to fixate exclusively or
you want to
even
get me off screen,
primarily
Mr. Switcher Boy?
on present exigencies. And that meant in the end, Sarah, that with sort of the liberals cut off, that he was negotiating only with the justices on his side, including Justice Amy
When
Coney
Deb joins me, we're going to talk about the Supreme Court.
Barrett's role in all this?
Yeah, it was crucial. She was the lone member of the conservative side who tried to find some middle ground, which is a place that John Roberts once upon a time was at. She was the one who tried to find some middle ground. She signed all of the chief's, all but one part of the chief's statement, giving this broad immunity. For the most part, she was with him. But then she wrote separately to sort of put a different spin on the framework, one that sort of emphasized how Special Counsel Jack Smith's case could go forward in the future. And she also broke off from the Chief Justice and her conservative brethren when she wrote that she did not agree with them that evidence of official acts couldn't even be used in a separate criminal trial that had nothing to do with the Jack Smith prosecution. For example, the Manhattan hush money trial. And already that part of the opinion is reverberating up in New York, Sarah.
Of course. I do want to ask you, you talked about Roberts not kind of trying to get everyone to coalesce. What does
Sarah
this say about him,
Signer,
like, for the term?
CIA,
Has he been
straight up CIA.
consistent with this same standing?
This was a very aggressive term for Chief Justice Roberts, Sarah. He was with, let's remind everyone where he was 2 years ago in the Dobbs abortion ruling. He was alone. He stood alone between the five conservatives to his right who voted to totally reverse Roe v. Wade, and then the liberals on his left who didn't want it to be dismantled in that way. But this time, he's not alone at all. He certainly has moved over to his colleagues on the right and is fully in control. And the big question is exactly what you asked. Is this his future? Is he going to throw his lot in completely with his colleagues on the right so he can control these decisions more? They didn't need him in that Dobbs ruling. They had 5 for a majority. But I don't think he wants to get into a position again where they don't need him. And certainly in this really big case, probably a case that will define him for many years going forward, he was going to just really swing for the fences and give something to former President Donald Trump, even though he wanted to emphasize this was about the future of the presidency, irrespective of who is in the White House, Sarah.
Getting all this great information, Joan, especially in your book, 9 Black Robes. Very well done. Thank you for all that reporting. Really interesting. Kate?
Thank you.
A dragonfly apocalypse, people. People enjoying a day at the beach faced a swarm of millions of dragonflies that literally just appeared to be blowing in from the ocean. You can be scared now, and we'll talk about why.
All right, let's see what they're rolling.
This is the home for the world's most essential stories in journalism. And now, CNN has been recognized with the most Emmy nominations of any news organization this year. This is CNN.
So don't let that chip spoil your trip.
Is that a chip? That happens a lot, but SafeLight could have helped.
A chip repair is faster, cheaper, and easier than a new windshield. And with your insurance, it's usually free. So don't let that chip spoil your trip. Book today.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Okay, everyone. Our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Ensure with 27 vitamins and
Okay,
minerals.
you ready?
Transfer immune health. And
There you
Ensure
go.
Complete with
Ensure.
30 grams of protein.
Ladies and gentlemen, do you guys want some X-Lax? Yeah? Tune in to CNN.
Banks are supposed to be the safest placeholders for cash in the world, but in 2022 that changed. The Federal Reserve pulled out $2.5 trillion of liquidity out of the banks, and the Fed also changed the requirements so banks don't need to keep any funds on hand. This means banks are starved for liquidity and have now become very dangerous places to hold your assets. Get out of the system with the world's safest and most private assets, silver and gold. Call Kirk Elliott, PhD at 720-605-3900.
Be sure to tell him Pete Santilli sent you.